Next up, at UFC Vegas 70, we have Erick Gonzalez taking on Trevor Peek. Erick Gonzalez, 14-7 overall, 2-3 in his last 5, coming off back-to-back losses in the UFC. Trevor Peek, 7-0 overall, 5-0 obviously in his last 5. He's coming off the finish win on the Contender Series. Another interesting fight. A little bit of line movement, nothing really notable. Erick Gonzalez is a long striker. He uses his range pretty well. He likes to pick you apart at distance. He'll keep you there with front kicks, teep kicks, things like that. He'll take 2 steps back, then he'll lean forward, throw that jab, and just continue that cycle. If he can manage the range the whole time, he could absolutely pick people apart. But if you can close the distance and you can get him uncomfortable, he doesn't have an answer. He's coming off that loss to Terrence McKinney, where he actually cracked Terrence, but I think we're learning more and more that Terrence just gets cracked. Trevor Peek, he's a high-pressure guy. He only knows one pace. He keeps his hands open, literally open, doesn't close his fists. He keeps his hands open and just starts winging. He starts charging forward. If he's close, he's going to grab your legs. He's going to try to take you down. What were you watching?
Holy shit. I clicked on Instagram for a second. All of a sudden, a video just started playing. I was so bored of what you were listening to or saying. Sorry about that.
I mean, I pay you for this.
I'm locked in now.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, Trevor Peek, high intensity, comes forward, wild, fun, exciting, sloppy as hell. This dude is sloppy. He should absolutely win this fight. He should be able to come forward, be sloppy, stay in Erick's face, get takedowns, and get it done. He could probably win by finish. But I'm not betting money on somebody as wild and sloppy as Trevor Peek. Trevor Peek is the pick. Trevor Peek could absolutely win this fight quick, early, look like he's worth that minus 200 he opened at, look like he's worth that $8,900 in DraftKings. But he could also get smoked because he's just a sloppy wild man. I can't trust somebody like that with my money, but I will absolutely watch this fight. I will enjoy it. Maybe I'll play around with some DraftKings. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is, if the O'Day and Charles Johnson fight isn't fight of the night, let's say they just kind of stare at each other, I think this is the fight of the night. I absolutely think this is going to be the fight of the night. I'm a big Erick Gonzalez fan. I mean, he is one of those guys that you just love to watch. I mean, he does everything that you want a fighter to do because he's very well-rounded, but he takes chances, right? You always want those fighters, and, it doesn't really work out, but I mean, he does put himself out there, and that's what, we sit here every single weekend and just scream at fighters like, go, do something. Erick Gonzalez, you will never, at both these guys, honestly, but you will never have to say to Erick Gonzalez, like, do something. He was knocked out by Jim Miller, but what I'd like to see in that was, he was knocked out by Jim Miller, but when he watched that Terrence McKinney fight, especially early, his hand placement was much different, right? Jim Miller was landing that left hand, and then finally knocked him out with that left hand. All of a sudden, you saw the Terrence McKinney fight come in, and he's got that right hand just glued. I mean, he is just glued to his head, like, I am not going to get knocked out again. So it's good that he is making adjustments in his camps, fixing problems, right? And in that Terrence McKinney fight, you saw he fixed the problems. He stuck Terrence McKinney, and then, he got taken down and wrestled and submitted. So I don't know. At this point, he got knocked out. He got submitted. So now he should be good to go, right? Now he's fixed all the problems. So I am going to pick Trevor Peek in this because he did kind of show, his toughness and durability. And I think this is just a durability test. Whoever is the more durable person is going to win. That doesn't mean Erick Gonzalez can't be the more durable fighter, but I've seen him get knocked out where, Trevor Peek was getting absolutely demolished and was able to shoot takedowns and stay in that fight. So I think this is the fight of the night. This is definitely, I think, more of a pick'em than anything else. I agree. I'm picking Trevor Peek, but I don't love it. I'm not going to put, maybe inside the distance on both these guys type of situation, play both sides. But yeah, it's Trevor Peek, but as you mentioned, he's not a trustworthy guy. There's a lot of fights on this card where we're picking people, we're not betting them. And this is one of those situations.
I have that in my notes. I say this show is not just about who we're picking to win and who we're betting on. It's also about who we're not betting on. Jacob and I were very clear. Don't bet Zubaira. Don't bet Tyson Pedro, right? We were pretty clear, like, hey, they should win. We picked them both to win, but we did not bet on them.
And I was also very clear, do not pick that fraud that fought Jamal Emmers as well.
Ashkabov, you picked him to win, FYI.
I had money on Jamal, so.
Okay, you picked him to win.
And I warn everyone, do not put money on that guy.
Anyway, Trevor Peek should win this fight. I already see in the comments a few of you are like, Trevor Peek, Charles Johnson parlay. No. And he'll probably win. Don't.
It feels like Erick Gonzalez is due for. I mean, he came in and knocked out by Jim Miller, submitted. It feels like he's due for a win. That's what I'll say.
I'm going to watch the fight.
I like him, man. I like him.
I'm taking notes. Don't bet. I'm going to watch the fight. I'm looking forward to it. It should be really fun. No reason to bet it. Absolutely no reason to parlay the dude. I don't know why you would parlay somebody that wild.
Because there's just no other. I mean, there's not even when you're trying to put parlays together. You mentioned with the safety parlay and stuff. There's just not a lot of pieces, and people are just trying to force stuff. That's what people do. They force it.
Yeah, save your money for as much as I want you to pay the $10 and unlock everything. First of all, the fantasy content alone is worth it. The DraftKings optimizer, all that stuff. But
the banana videos.
Yep.
I'm about to crack it open. I'm starving.
Surprised you don't buy those little tiny bananas to make yourself look bigger like you do.
Those are called plantains.
Plantains. Jackass. Correct me and then say it wrong.
A little ASMR. That's actually kind of a good sound, huh?
It's not awful, but this is going to be disgusting. Please turn your back when you eat this banana.
Huh?
Are you going to turn your chair when you eat the banana? Or are you just going to set yourself up? One bite, I'll give you $50.
Here, reach down and take that. Reach down and take that.
One bite, and first of all, I heard a text noise. I know nobody texted you.
Reach down and take that.
What?
Reach down and take a bite. Hold on, there you go. No, take it. Oh my God, it looks so small in your hands.
Thank you. Okay, are we done? I'm moving on. We're done here. Actually, sorry. Are you going to spend the $7,300? $7,300 in DraftKings?
Huh?
Are you going to spend the $7,300?
Hiding it was worse. Shit.
Hiding it was worse.
That's like chewy. Oh my God, that's awful. We gotta spit it out now. I can't even fucking eat that shit.
Okay, I'm not going to spend the $8,900 on Trevor Peek and DraftKings for my cash lineup, but for your tournament lineup, he may be worth it because he may score well if he gets a takedown, if he gets a stoppage, if he knocks him out on his feet. There's a lot going on there. You going to spend the $7,300 on Erick Gonzalez?
No, I'm not putting either one of these guys in.
Yeah, the problem is I wish this was like closer to even because I think one of these people is going to score a ton of points. I think this fight does not go the distance. I think it's a wild fight. Both of them are finishers, and somebody's going to get finished, frankly. What are the odds on the under 2.5? Or this is a 1.5 line, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like minus 180 or something like that.
This card has more
minus 185.
Yeah, this card has more 1.5 lines than I've ever seen.
Does not go the distance. Minus 500. Trevor Peek, KO TKO plus 110. Erick Gonzalez plus 275.
Speaking of round lines,
plus 200.
Speaking of round lines, premium members, when you go to the picks page, you'll see all my picks, all Jacob's picks. There's that whole chart where we break down the round lines, over, under. There's the round lines set by the books, and then we say what side we like. Those aren't bets. Those are picks. They're leans. They're not bets. Somebody sent a note saying, hey, I bet every single round line. It's like, no, that's not what those are. Those are just leans. But if you're a premium member, you're just skipping straight to the betting page. Check out the quick picks page because you'll see the picks. And if you already have those, fine. But check out the round lines. Every single fight, we say over or under for every single round. So that give you some ideas, and maybe you can build some parlays off of that. I do have a round line prop parlay for premium members. That felt much safer than a fight parlay, frankly. So head on over to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. It's only $10 a month for all of that. And wait, there's more.